Today we will talk about a very exciting part. It's the part after the drop, and we have the mission there kind of like to take over the vibe from the intro and also kind of like build energy and introduce like the first drums and everything to kind of like transition into the more full-on parts of the track. And that's a really interesting part which I want to show you, and it sounds like this. So a few things to notice. First of all, it's organized in 8 bars. So we have 8 bars here and we have 8 bars here, and we are starting the hats here. And we don't need a crash yet because we don't have like all the elements like snare and all that here. So we just have like hats. So we can leave this blank. If you like, you can have like a small sweep or something before to announce it a bit better. But I would probably leave this without crash here. Also, we don't have like a really like a fill or something before, which kind of like would then need a crash afterwards. So that's the thing about the general arrangement. Then in this half we have a little bit less elements, but with huge delays and reverb, still like in the intro section. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up here. But here we kind of like continue with the same concept. So we kind of like have sparse elements which take a lot of space. So don't use too many elements, make the elements cover the space and also make them interact with each other. So sometimes I'm using elements to blend over other elements. So for example, here we have this sequence here where we blend over with this combo of stabs and stings, FMs to kind of like introduce, it's like in the half of the first half here. So like after 4 bars. And then suddenly this sequence is there. So the sequence kind of like becomes the tail of the rest. And I like to do that a lot, like that you have some kind of like blending effect, which takes away your attention and then something else comes in. Another thing to notice here is that we have a filtering here in the kick and bass and in the drums to make a little bit room for the drop and the part after, which I haven't done yet. So I'm kind of like going with you guys through the whole track here, step by step, video by video, and here basically we make some room with some filter. And then we actually have our fill, and obviously we'll have drums here and everything. So that's the part which still needs to be made. But I think that was kind of like the most interesting things about this part. To sum this up, don't use a lot of elements, just make the elements take the space and work together, then blend over stuff so that it becomes a little bit more masked, not everything appears so obvious, and then work in the end with like filtering and fills to really take the energy over into the next block and kind of like make a little bit of a break there and not just fully continue. Let me know in the comments if you want to have some more details on some things, if you want to know something as a specific tutorial here, and punch the like button if you haven't punched it, because that will help us spread the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because then you won't miss any of the future tutorials, which will be very important for your music career. And you can also check out the links in the description. There's always like free stuff, and see you on the next video.